Now, perhaps you know someone who needs a little more green in their life, or you have a mom like mine who is absolutely herb crazy. Well, keeping it fresh this festive season, herbs that complement the traditional festive dishes make for an awesome gift and something that you really can do yourself. From Urban Harvest, Ben Getz returns, not outside today because of the wind, but inside with some really beautiful gifting ideas. Ben, awesome idea, great way to get creative and also show that you've really put in some effort for a gift and also match the season. So first off the bat, what herbs are cool to give as a gift, bearing in mind the festive season?
Well, as a general rule, perennial herbs are going to be the best. They're going to be the lowest maintenance and they're going to last the longest. So for example, what we have here is garden mint, purple basil, rosemary, lemon thyme, sage, quite a nice selection.
Wow.
I mean, as you said, what's nice about this is that it's low cost, it's easy to do, and it's a really valuable gift.
It really is. It's a gift that keeps on giving as well, which I love. And you can also vary the degree of how much PT it's going to take the person after the fact. So where do we begin the process? We know what herbs we've got. We're looking at different sized pots here. And I would imagine each one requires a little bit more exercise or DIY from your part. So take us through the process.
Okay, well, as you said, the first step is to find a pot. It's actually quite nice to go to local markets, flea markets. You can even get second-hand pots really easily. Find some really nice, quirky ones. So here we've got a pot. The next step is to put your drainage chip in.
Cool.
So like a 13 mil or even a 19 mil stone is great. Literally pour that in there.
Just fill your base.
Yeah. About a quarter, maximum of a quarter of the pot. Really just a few centimeters is what's necessary. That's obviously for drainage and to stop the soil from pouring out the drainage holes, right? Next thing is your potting soil. With most of the herbs, you can tend towards a slightly sandier mix.
I've noticed that with a lot of potting soil at the moment, it does come with a high sand content.
Yes, exactly. That helps with the drainage, and most of the herbs, especially, for example, what we're going to be planting in here is rosemary. Rosemary is very hardy, and it actually prefers a slightly poorer soil. If there's too much organic matter, too much compost, it might actually rot. So
it's tough stuff, yeah, cool.
Exactly. So we're going to do this as neatly as possible.
Yeah, well done for that. You should have seen the madness while we were setting up with this. Soil and snow flying everywhere.
So you'll notice that I haven't filled it completely. I'm pushing it down slightly. I don't want to compact it too much.
I was going to ask, because that always is the danger. You want it to be nicely set, but so what is the rule of thumb there?
Just a gentle push. That's basically it. You don't want any air gaps. So if you wouldn't mind passing me that rosemary
Ben did show me how to do this in a conscientious way. There we go.
Fantastic. So the way to do it is like this.
Nice.
If your roots are bound, of course you would just buy your pots from any nursery. There's a huge variety available. If the roots are bound, you just want to give them a gentle scratch and a gentle loosening up.
Okay, don't go overboard there.
No. And essentially you want the top of the soil level to reach the top of the pot, exactly. So this is pretty much perfect. Now what we need to do is fill up around there.
Okay.
Okay.
Bearing in mind, we're doing this all in a couple of minutes, so as much as it does require a little bit of effort, it's not a huge amount.
Not at all. If you have everything ready, it's quite a quick one. Then we want to put, okay, once it's in, you give it a bit of an anchor, again, a bit of a push down.
Make sure there's no air
right?
in there,
Last two steps really is a little bit of soil conditioners. You don't have to do this, but we always do this. I always recommend it. The simple option is just some bone meal, but we have like quite an elaborate mix. You can,
as you do, as you do.
Exactly. You can get creative with it.
Cool.
So just knit that in. And the final, actually there's two more steps. First is mulch. We always put a bit of mulch. If the pot's big enough, obviously if it's small, you won't have space. In this case, we've got rooibos tea, and it's literally from old rooibos tea bags. So that's a nice way of reusing. It will actually feed the soil as well as retain moisture.
So keep that moisture
and
in
it's
there.
something interesting. And
then finally, our last step very quickly.
Yeah. We just
put it
write,
on there. And
write your label
rosemary,
and pop it in.
perhaps you even know a rosemary in your life, then you can even dress it up with a little ribbon around. Maybe then we'll just toss that on. Ben, this is awesome. It's a very healthy, wonderful way of expressing your love over Christmas. In fact, I'm going to make one of these for my mom. Hope she's watching right now. Dude, have a wonderful festive season yourself.
You too.
Keep spreading the love. Alana, what herb is your preference? I'll whip you up a pot right now.